Have you ever had a moment that felt out of place? Like time slowed down, like the world around you somehow shifted in a way you couldn't explain. But you felt it? Maybe it was a coincidence. Or maybe it was your first glimpse into something deeper. Something that exists beyond what your eyes can see and your hands can touch. You see, reality isn't as solid as we think it is. What we call the real world is actually far more fluid, far more flexible, and far more connected to your mind than anyone ever told you. And once you understand this, truly understand it, your entire reality begins to shift. Science is now beginning to confirm what mystics, sages, and ancient wisdom have been whispering for centuries: that consciousness affects matter, that your thoughts, emotions, intentions, these aren't just private experiences locked in your head. They are vibrations, frequencies, and the universe is listening. The moment you begin to align with this understanding is the moment you step into what we call the quantum shift. It's not a magic trick. It's not wishful thinking. It's a shift in awareness. A shift in how you perceive yourself, your reality, and the hidden power that's been waiting inside you all along. You were never meant to live a life of quiet desperation. You were not born to merely survive. You are not a powerless being floating in a random universe. No, you are the observer, the creator, the one who bends reality without even knowing it. Every thought you have sends ripples into the quantum field. Every emotion you feel broadcasts a signal, and that signal becomes the blueprint for the world that shows up around you. Let's go back a bit. What exactly is the quantum field? It's a term used in physics to describe a sea of possibilities, an invisible field where everything exists as potential. At this level, particles don't behave like fixed things. They behave like waves of potential, and they only take form when observed. That means, until something is seen, it exists in multiple states. What collapses it into reality? Your attention, your observation, your intention. Yes, the very act of being aware literally shapes your world. This is the mystery that birthed countless experiments. The famous double-slit experiment, for instance, revealed something stunning: that the way particles behave changes when they're being watched. Think about that for a second. The universe behaves differently when you're paying attention. And if that's true at the smallest, most fundamental level of matter, why would it not be true at the level of your life? The truth is, it is. And it always has been. You're just beginning to remember. When you wake up in the morning and expect the day to go badly, chances are, it does. When you're filled with fear, the world mirrors it back to you. When you believe you're lucky, somehow opportunities show up. These aren't accidents. This is the quantum field responding to your frequency. And once you align with this reality, not just intellectually, but emotionally and spiritually, you begin to experience something most people never do: the quantum shift. It begins subtly. You start noticing synchronicities, numbers repeating, people showing up just when you need them, solutions appearing out of nowhere. Your perception sharpens, your emotional state begins to regulate itself. You feel lighter, more in control, not of others, but of your own state of being. You realize that trying to control the outside world is a game you can't win, but mastering your inner world, that's where the shift begins. That's when you realize the outside is just a reflection of the inside. So how do you create this shift consciously? It starts with stillness, with silence, with learning to observe your thoughts instead of reacting to them. You begin to meditate, not because it's trendy, but because it tunes you into the present moment. And the present moment is where the field responds, not in your regrets of the past or your anxiety of the future, but here, now, in this space. Right now, as you listen to this, your breath becomes your anchor. Your awareness becomes your guide. And from this space, you begin to reprogram the energy you send out. You let go of the need to figure it all out. You let go of control. And instead, you align. You vibrate higher. You become the kind of person who naturally attracts peace, clarity, and purpose. And this is not law of attraction in a superficial sense. This is quantum alignment, your state of being communicating with the field before a single word is spoken. There are no limits here. That's the beauty of the quantum field. It doesn't care where you came from, what you've done, or how long you've been stuck. It only responds to one thing, your frequency right now. That means change is always one moment away, one breath away, one shift in focus away. Isn't that beautiful? You don't have to wait for years. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present and willing to surrender the story of limitation, willing to let go of the belief that you are separate from the universe, because you're not. You never were. The truth is, you are the universe, expressing itself in a unique way. The more you align with this truth, the more your reality begins to rearrange itself in your favor. Relationships heal, opportunities arrive, the right people show up. Why? Because they were always there. You just weren't tuned in. Now you are. You begin to play with the field. You learn to visualize, not to get something, but to become someone. You become the version of you that already lives in that reality. You feel it. You embody it. And the quantum field can't help but reflect it back. This is not about manipulating reality. It's about becoming a vibrational match to what already exists in potential form. It's about stepping into the timeline that already has what you desire. You don't force it. You remember it. You merge with it. That is the quantum shift. And here's the most powerful part. Once you experience it, you can never unsee it. Once you've tasted this power, you'll never again be a victim of life, because you'll know deeply that you are a creator, you are a transmitter, you are the code, and every day becomes a chance to fine-tune your signal, to align again, to expand, to shift deeper. This journey never ends. And that's the beauty of it. Each layer you peel back, each shift you go through, brings you closer to your essence, your divine, boundless self. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop surviving and start creating. You stop doubting and start remembering. The quantum shift is not a destination. It's a new way of living. It's a return to your natural state, a state of flow, trust, presence, and alignment. It doesn't require belief in any specific system. It only requires a willingness to feel, to observe, to listen, and to let go of everything you thought you were. Because once you do, once you step into this truth, reality doesn't just change. It bends, it opens, it responds. Welcome to the shift. You're not here by accident. Your soul chose this. Now, the universe is listening. What do you want it to hear?